friends, and welcome to another vocal tip video. This video will be short because I think that the subject we're going to talk about is much more simple than many people talking about it, and they talk about it a lot. And this is vocal breathing or vocal breath. So, long story short, probably you all know it. We have the lungs. Under the lungs, we have the muscle called diaphragm. We cannot feel it, we cannot control it, but we can activate it by breathing deep down. So the diaphragm goes down, and then when we sing, it goes up, pushing the air up, helping the lungs and creating the pressure under the vocal cords of the air that goes out through the vocal cords. They close. We have a phonation. Everything else happening here, the resonance, and so on. So many opinions: breathe this way, breathe this way, this is too much, this is too low, this is too high. Let me make it very practical and simple, because it's simple. First of all, that's what I say to all my students in the first lesson. When you go to the gym, you see these people with big leather belt right here, not the small one, but the large one, you know, when they work with weight. This is the place I think is the best to imagine you breathe in. So, imagine you have this bell, it's just here, and breathe there. The very important indicator we have that the shoulders are not going up. So even if you breathe very deep and very full, you breathe here, you can put it up to your cage, to your lungs here, to your space, but you don't do this, okay? This is wrong. This is right, and much more consistent and full. Breathing is a matter of practicing and experience. It's impossible to really explain it, but there is not a lot to explain. You have to breathe deep. You have to breathe full. You should not put up your shoulders and not to press or stress all the muscles in general. You shouldn't stress any muscles. It's really a tube that you have. You practice it this way. Then you can just add a resistance. Instead of adding the vocal cords, the phonation resistance, you can put a resistance here, and then you train your muscles, and it's also harmless. It can be so you create a pressure. If you put your hand here, you feel it like accordion, opening and closing. You don't need to do anything in purpose. Don't think about the stomach, forward, back. It's all not important. The body does the job for you. Breathe deep, breathe full, don't put up your shoulders, stay free. That's the simple rules. Now, the amount of air, how much air do you need for a small phrase, for a big phrase? That comes only with experience. As long as you do it, as often as you do it, you get this sensation about how much you need. And like everything else in singing, and I would say in life, overdoing or not doing enough, that's the plus and the minus you don't want to be in. You want to be in the middle. So if we take too much air, we press a bit, we stress, and we tend to push a lot of air through the vocal cords. You don't need it, even if a very long phrase. Not to take enough, just it's also not good, because you need consistency and you need air while singing. You need this thing from the beginning of the phrase until the end, and then you breathe again. Not enough air will create dry singing without consistent airflow. And it doesn't sound good, and it's also not good for the vocal cords. If I take air and exhale, can I sing like this? Yes, but it sounds without color, without life, without power, and it's not healthy. To do Pushing, not good. Too much air. You really don't need it. Everything should be in harmony and relaxation. And breathing is the basic part of singing, but it's just one part of it. It should work together with vocal cords closure, with freedom in the face, with the resonance involving, and then you have this sound that you want. So very relaxed, even in the long phrases. You see? I don't need much. Also in long phrases in the repertoire, we don't need to go to the point we take too much. We need to take it correctly. We need to feel it all. And I would say that inhaling is more important than exhaling, because exhaling, with the experience, your body will find the way how to do it. Not too much and enough for phonation. Of course, you need a good teacher if you're a beginner for that. But generally speaking, while inhaling correctly is the most important thing. And that's what I was talking about at the beginning. Even if we have a long phrase, we don't need to do like some people, no, that leads to pushing. Just and I can continue because actually you have enough air. You take enough in, and then you don't need to push anything. You let this thing go out and you make a free phonation above it, making your resonance to work. This is vocal technique. It doesn't matter if you do opera, pop, rock, or whatever. Breathing is the most important part of it. This is the basics. And don't make it too complicated. Now, a good thing about that is that vocal breathing is basically like a sport breathing. You breathe down, you involve your low part of the lungs that many people in daily life today don't involve it. They breathe very in the upper lungs, just like this. No, we need it all. But as long as you do it, you practice it. And as long as you practice it, you make your body to get used to it and to make it as a natural breathing that you use in your daily life. You can practice breathing in the shower, in the morning, doing sport exercises, on the street, riding the bike. You can practice it all the time, and that it will serve you when you sing. You don't even need to do too much. And very soon you will also forget where you breathe exactly, because it will all work automatically. It's very good for the body. It's the natural way we designed to breathe when we climb on the trees, jump, hunt, and all this kind of stuff. You just need to activate it, this part, and you need to practice it. That's it. So sometimes just this slow breath and your shoulders don't go up. That's it. If you do it, within several months, you will have a perfect vocal breath without even thinking about it, because that's the most comfortable way to breathe in general, even not while singing. It gives you energy, it gives oxygen to your blood, to your muscles, and to your brain. The last thing I want to say, sports are very good for singing. So before going to rehearsal or to a show or singing, do some sport activities. Bicycle is very good. Fitness, all this kind of stuff will automatically practice your breath. And after that, you will see that singing is just like this, very easy and a lot of fun, and you don't really need to work so much, because most of the work is the breath. And that's also the basics of a very good and consistent sound. Please leave your comments about your way of breathing, your opinion. How do you prepare yourself for singing on the stage or rehearsing? And make sure you subscribe to my channel for more vocal tips videos. Good voice, enjoy your singing, see you on the next video. Ciao!